Hello, welcome everybody. We are doing the best of 2018 Totally Gamescast. Really stoked for this one, guys. Today we got our boy Sean S. Johnson here.
What's up, everybody?
And we're going to be talking about our favorite games and game shit of 2018. So, I don't know, hand it off to you, brother.
Yeah, hey, welcome to episode 5 of Totally Gamescast, guys. 2019 is going to be awesome.
We're muted! Ah! No!
Hey! What's up, everybody? Welcome to 2018's last Totally Gamescast. Doc Smog up in the comments here, doing good work, doing God's work.
Dude, we're saving all of the bad mistakes and shit for this year. We're jamming it all in this year, and then we won't have any more mistakes next year. So.
No more mistakes in 2019. We're gonna be a perfect, crystal clear podcast. Totally Gamescast. But anyway, we're gonna be talking about our favorite stuff from 2018. Get some hype level on that 2019 stuff too. So let's just go ahead and kick it off with streamers. I mean, we're on twitch.tv/TotallyTrey, so we got to talk about our favorite streamers.
For sure. So, honestly, my favorite streamer of the year was 72 Hours.
Don't you mean Ninja?
No. I mean, Ninja's a great streamer. Sure. Ninja gets so much shit. But, I mean, I think that's, the kind of thing that happens when you are, on the top, is everyone's going to... Most people are going to hate on you, and especially if it's not to your taste, fuck him, but... Anywho, my nomination was 72 Hours, Fortnite streamer. He's on Team Liquid. Hilarious dude. He puts out some really funny content, and for being a high level competitive player and has high level pro earnings, he's legit a troll. And he'll be in games with his friends and stuff and just shooting them down and making them die to fall damage and shit like that, And for me, I think in Fortnite especially, a lot of people take themselves really seriously in that competitive niche and just never have fun anymore, So
yeah, I totally know what you mean. I generally watch League of Legends, never really play it anymore, but I watch it, which is a fun conversation for Trey and I to have every once in a while. It's dude, what the hell? You're watching a game you never even play. It's kind of like a weird situation to be in. It's like the Fortnite thread that we were talking about a couple weeks ago where people are going to there to hang out. So while I go to watch League of Legends because it's so familiar and I used to love the game. I still do really love the game so much. Doc Smog up in the comments saying he does the same. I love that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't play as much Fortnite as I used to, but I'm always in Fortnite or Magic the Gathering streams for some reason. And I play very little Magic. I busted out, they released the Vintage Cube on MTGO recently, and I always play a little bit of the Cube. Don't really do it on stream that much because I don't get to yell and scream at the TV as much as I like to. But I get what you mean. Just it's a community thing, and I don't know if you get to know people in the chat rooms that you hang out in, or if you more are a lurker.
I generally watch. I definitely lurk because I'm usually watching on my phone, which makes it hard to comment and read comments. Yeah. Unless you want a smaller screen of the actual gameplay, which I don't generally like. But I watch on the the elliptical or treadmill at work, or at the gym, I should say. I'm really not in the comments so much. But when they do something super sick, I'll hop in there and legit comment. I try to do that with you too.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. When I pull off you got a couple clips in my shit. I remember one that you got I got the ice boots or whatever. Yeah. I was on Fortnite or whatever. Yeah. So I mean. Dude, there was actually a limited, kind of derailing everything, but there was a limited time mode in Fortnite that was, you had ice boots on at all times. So you're slipping and sliding through the level, and you have that grappling hook that I love, unlimited charges on it. So you're just sliding around so fast.
Wow.
And it was really cool.
Fortnite, man, they killed it this year. We'll get into that for sure. But as far as streamers, favorite streamers, I watched, I said, a lot of League of Legends. So I have Trick2G, Good Guy Gary, which I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's kind of a weird dude, but he's getting married or engaged to another streamer, a female streamer.
Sure.
He talks really, GGG. Hell yeah. Doc Smog up in here knows what I'm talking about. I love it. But he talks with his streamers they're very personal stuff about himself. He always invites personal questions, and I just really was digging it this year. And he is the biggest troll. He was doing AP Trindamere at the beginning of the year, and I loved it. I saw his stream named AP Trin top. And I'm like, what the hell? So if you don't know, it's like a physical damage champion for sure, like 100% attack damage. But one of his, like, I think it's his E, is a spin and does AP, and the AP ratio is super high for some reason. And he was just AP Tryndamere, just like getting the cooldown like super low. Like, I loved it. That was like one of my favorite couple weeks this year of just watching him do that.
Because it was like an OP build that he was just abusing, and and like he was probably being funny with it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yep, doing it again, doing it again. You know, I love shit like that.
Trick2G is always gonna be one of my favorites, but definitely Good Guy Gary was like that new streamer I just picked up and like just really was digging. And then there was another guy I actually couldn't find him. Like, I think he maybe closed his account or something, but he was playing Hollow Knight at the same time I was playing, like, going to play Hollow Knight. And it was cool because he only had like 6 people watching him. So like everyone that would comment, he would like obviously like.
Dude, I love when big streamers like take a step back and like play games on there that aren't their main game and stuff.
Yeah.
Especially when you see the huge drop. Like, I know some streamers that are like Fortnite streamers can like play a different game and like maintain their viewership pretty well. But like, I love to see people taking that risk and playing what they want to play, even if there's like a huge dip in their viewership. I have mad respect for people that do that. So,
Yeah.
Because I bet that if you found him, he was a pretty big league streamer though, right?
Right.
Yeah, so that's always cool to me anyway.
And then I always like you brought up Team Liquid's one of their Fortnite players is your streamer, right? What was his name again?
72 hours.
72 hours. Interesting.
Yeah, no, I don't know what it means. I have no idea, but he's just
I'm guessing something to do with 3 days, but
yeah, I mean, probably.
Yeah.
He's just a big 3 Days Grace fan.
gross. No hate, but so I like other. They used to be pros for in League of Legends, but now they're just streaming like full time. You know, like they aren't actually professionals anymore. So I'm a Cutie Pie is always that dude. He's always on when I'm watching, and he's just very good at the game. Like he's an attack or carry, so a bottom lane carry. So it's like a really exciting role. Not really like for the first 15 minutes, but once the game gets going for team fights, it's really fun to watch.
Yeah,
so.
no, definitely. Like that's always interesting to me is like as a streamer, like what class or what role do you choose, and like. Or is it better to be like versatile and play all of these different roles to keep it interesting? Or like do you always play the new champion?
Right.
Like, there's just like so many different ways you can like approach that, and it's a cool thing as far as MOBA is like just like how you approach the game even. Like,
right.
So.
Yeah. I love League of Legends. That's why I've been watching most of this year. But I wanted to comment on, I found myself watching a game like a lot of the time on IGN, like watching them live stream a game on the day it comes out, and then right before I was gonna buy it. So like for Super Mario Party, I watched like a funny, like they were just getting together, hanging out, playing Mario Party.
Yeah, totally.
I guess it wasn't IGN, it was kind of funny. And then I also watched Hollow Knight, like I said, a bunch of that before I bought it, even though that's not a newer game. It's been out for PC for like a year or two.
Yeah, it's been out for a minute. I was playing it last year. Smog's asking if you have watched some Rush since he got back into streaming. Do you know Rush?
I don't actually.
I'm assuming that he's a League of Legends streamer or something like that, because Smog is like big into the MMOs. But
oh, right on, cool. I'll definitely have to note that when I edit this to put it on the EZPZ's YouTube channel though. So thanks for the shout out on that. I'll definitely look into him. Rush is just his name, right? Just RUSH, I'm assuming. So
I got derailed. What were we talking about?
So I was just saying, like, I was watching a lot of video games.
Oh yeah,
before
they come out. Yeah, no,
and
definitely.
I love that. Like I always watch reviews or like read about a game. I do homework, you know. Like,
yeah, sure.
I know you do too. Like, yeah, honestly, on any product, not just games, really, like movies. This table here, I'm sure, like if you didn't receive that as a gift, you would have.
I received it as a gift, but yes, I do a lot of research. I never buy anything under 4 stars.
I always do the Amazon like automatic filter out anything below 4.
Ooh, auto filter out. That's I didn't know you could do that. That's actually a good idea, because I'm like a 4-star plus kind of guy. I'm not really trying to fuck with a 3-star chair. I'm not trying to fuck with a 3-star game, really. I mean, but there's games that like I'm trying to think if there's any like games that have been like considered like bad in the past that I love, you know what I mean? But I don't know.
But yeah, so this year was a really fun year for me, watching a lot of like random channels. I watched a lot of Totally Trey. I mean, not a ton, but I just definitely caught you playing Fortnite a lot. And I definitely loved like seeing you get from good to great to like you do some beast modes here and there.
I'm here and there, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've definitely toned that back for the channel, you know, for the sake of the rowdy boys and stuff
Your
like
sanity
that.
too.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I love Fortnite, but it's just like, yeah, that's a whole nother thing though. So the best non-2018 game you played this year.
yeah, I want to hear yours.
So Fury, I don't know if you
Really?
remember that game, but
Okay.
it was a weird, I don't even really know how to describe it. It was kind of like a walking simulator, but then you would get into these like boss battles with this like epic like 80s synth soundtrack. I think you might have watched me at the beginning of the year. I know that Nick definitely caught a stream or two, but it was like just like a really brightly colored game. I'll just pull it up.
I definitely remember it.
Yeah, if you remember it, then I'm not gonna pull it up. But it was just like a cool fighting game with like cool vibes, and I hadn't played a game kind of to that style before, which I thought was really cool. Another honorable mention would be Dark Souls 3 that I put in like a good amount of hours into, and like I thought was a really good game. That
Did you end up finishing that?
No. I'm revisiting it. Like, so I was playing Ashen. I've totally given up on Ashen. Fuck that fucking game. Jesus Christ, for the love of God, I'm never gonna play that one. I will play that one once I beat Dark Souls 3, I think, because like the way it stands, dude. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, I was really excited about that game when I bought it, dude.
I remember you like posted a couple posts just like a couple weeks ago about how awesome the game was.
Yeah, I'm like, I fucking love it. That same day that I post my like going live thing, it's like, I love this game, dude. It's like, yeah, no, uninstalled. I did that on stream. I was just like, boom, boom, boom. Nope, done.
love it.
What's happening, Mitch? Happy birthday to 2018. I don't know. Anywho,
so my pick for best game that came out last year that I played this year was Undertale. I had so many good experiences this year on the Switch, and we'll get into that as being probably my favorite console of the year. But Undertale is like takes a lot of. It's just really great writing. It's made by one dude, and it takes a lot of like RPG elements from other games, but it's not really an RPG. Like, I love like a moment in the game where you can play fight against a dog, and it looks like Earthbound. Like the way
sure,
the fighting is set up.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You fight against this dog, but you can pet him. You can pet Doggo. It's like literally just called Doggo. It's so like meta, and it's just really well written. And one of my favorite experiences or moments in that game is you're walking through like this like cave, and it's gorgeous 16-bit, and there's this giant onion just floating in the water. Like,
yeah,
what the
you told me about that. That's just like you thought that you were gonna fight the onion,
Yeah.
but it just turned out to be just some background noise, essentially,
Exactly.
just like a passing character or whatever NPC. But
he was trying to help me and like be my friend. It was just so weird. The game is phenomenal, and it's made by one dude, like I said. I forget his name, but it's great. And he actually released something this year that was like an extra add-on for people that was like gave a little bit more closure. Like the story, you get closure on the story for sure, but it's just an add-on to the game. But I didn't play it because I think it was only for PC.
Sure. I mean, I'm not a big fan of like after beating a game 3 months after DLC comes out, you buy the DLC, come back into a game like with a character that you haven't touched in months.
Right.
I'm like,
the controls.
I don't like that experience very much. Like that's not for me, honestly.
Man,
but
going from Smash to God of War to Smash to God of War this last month has been hard because the Xbox or the PlayStation controller is so much different than the Switch. Like the B is where the X is, it's just like backwards.
No, I just don't like. Yeah, they need to standardize that shit, bro. Either standardize it or like, I don't know, do it so different that I'll never confuse the two. You know what I mean? But
so yeah, I loved Undertale. I probably one of my favorite games I played this year in general. But let's move on.
What's happening, Van Wedge, with the bop?
What up, homie? Love that you joined us today for episode 5 of Totally Gamescast. So let's jump into the best ongoing game. We had a short discussion right before we kicked this off, went live, and I was like, this has to go to Fortnite, right? But then I was looking at my data over here of all the games I played this year, and
I need to go more into that.
Okay.
Sean records every gaming session that he has. So I was like kind of like glancing over it over his shoulder, and there's like one that says like 15 minutes, and I'm like, damn, that's like specific.
It's called OCD. It's an issue. When I talk about it, it's embarrassing, but it's also like gets out in the open, so that's kind of whatever.
Oh, I didn't know it was embarrassing for you. I thought it was cool. I honestly thought it was like neat because like I'm kind of jealous of like that attention to detail in a way where you like have this knowledge, because like I've had this like discussion with my best friend like several times where at the end of your life it'd be really cool to see statistics for everything that you've done.
Right.
And you literally fucking have it.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to die. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But anywho.
So I was saying Fortnite was supposed to win this. Has to, right? For the Totally Gamescast Awards, it has to win Best Ongoing Game. But like I said, looking at my data, I played so much Arena of Valor. Like, and I love that you like gave me the push. It's like, dude, just vote for like what you really. I think it's Arena of Valor. I love that game.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the game you played the most and had the most enjoyment out of. It doesn't matter if like some like voice in your head or like somebody is telling you that it is the best game, and you don't enjoy it. You know. I mean,
as far as like most enjoyment, I wouldn't say I love that game the most for that. But what I'm thinking is like that commanded like my first 5 months of the year, 6 months of the year. Like that's all I played with Claymore.
What you saying, Van Wedge? How many terabytes of that you got so far? I don't even know what you're saying,
of
dude.
all my data.
Oh yeah. How much of your data do you have accumulated?
Well, luckily they're just kilobytes, so there's not that much there. But what do you think? Is Fortnite has to be yours, right? Personally,
dude, Fortnite big time. For ongoing game, I played hundreds of hours of that. A lot of frustration. Honestly, if like my channel had been like picking up on it, that's what I would be playing every day. Like I would straight up, if my channel was doing well with Fortnite, I would have been playing that 7 days a week, probably on stream.
I love that.
Yeah, no, it's an awesome game, man. Like they do so much with like the add-ons. Like every week there's some dumb new thing that they add that totally breaks and ruins the game, but I think that it's funny, you know, because I do take the game seriously, but like I'm not in tournaments, so I don't give a shit, you know. I'm just like laughing at these pros that are like tweeting like fuck you Epic Games, you know, and like no dude, they're like giving us so much content. Like that game has made so many like YouTube videos, so many Instagram videos. Like if you can name another game that has made that many YouTube videos, I would be like amazed. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I totally agree. And we should just hop into Best Development Company right there, because it's obviously Epic Games, right?
Yeah, for me it's Epic Games.
Okay,
yeah, big time.
cool.
For everything I just previously said, but I like suck Epic's dick so much, dude. Like I'm sure everyone is so fucking sick of it, but
I personally love Sony Santa Monica. They brought us all God of War. That's not my game of the year because I don't feel comfortable giving it game of the year. We'll get into my actual game of the year because I haven't actually finished it yet. I got Let's Go Pikachu for Christmas, so I've been playing that. But Sony Santa Monica killed it this year, and then of course Insomniac with Spider-Man. I loved Spider-Man. We'll get into more of that later. So, Best Development Company, though, I mean, I love what Epic's doing. Like you were saying, they're making Fortnite a living, breathing entity in the gaming world, and it's doing a lot. It's doing great work for like getting kids to play video games that probably weren't. It's almost like a weird like Nintendo type thing. Like young kids are playing it and they're just hanging out. Like,
oh sure, like the tweet that you were like kind of referencing. Yeah,
I'm really referencing so much because it's like an epiphany I had like reading it. You know, it's like wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, basically this tweet that Sean shared with me was talking about how like Fortnite has transcended being a game in the sense that there's like these kids out there that don't even fucking play the game when they're in the game. They're just like hanging out, like basically using it as like a voice chat thing and like a place to hang out basically. And they're like totally ignoring the game, but they're having so much fucking fun for no reason, you know?
Right.
Like,
yeah, they don't care if they lose. They don't care if they die. They're just hanging out. It's so weird.
It's just funny how our like brains kind of adjust like with logic over time, you know? And like it's just something like I'm sitting there like trying to get better at the game and that's fun for me, but like these kids are just like goofing off. I admire that kind of.
Yeah.
And honestly, so for as far as like kind of going back to Undertale a little bit, you know, I admire that you can have fun with like a game like that where like it's kind of like imagination based in a way because like My buddy, he has a kid, and his daughter was playing Undertale, and he was just talking about how like nonsensical it was, and like how he couldn't like get into it because it was just like so fucking weird.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Oh, it's hella weird. Like I said, there's a doggo. There's like a weird aisle of the dogs. Like it's just odd.
No, it does not say that I played 200 hours of Super Seducer. I do not believe it for 1 second. So, the thing about me as a gamer and the numbers on my Steam thing is I leave game I'll leave a game on and it'll just like count 24 hours of like gameplay okay.
That's hilarious.
I'm gonna level with you, Van. I played Super Seducer 14 times off stream.
That game is so weird, dude. I watched like your Instagram cutout videos or pop out videos. It's just so weird.
Oh yeah, no, it's cringier than the Dickens, and it's kind of funny because like the first one was like funny in like a different way than the second one. Like the first one felt like it was genuine dating advice. And like it was cringy in that fact. It's like he's like legit trying to manipulate girls into liking you. The second one, he had like totally realized that he was a meme, and so he like made it funny in his like own way, you know. So it was kind of like a different experience, you know.
Right. Game, that was a great high mark for you this year, I think. Playing Super Seducer 1 and then 2, right? You did that this year?
I don't know. Was that this year that the first Super Seducer stream? Because if it was this year, that was my best stream of 2018 because I had 114 viewers for some reason, like playing that stupid idiot game. Like,
So let's move on to best art direction. I personally, I don't love the game because it doesn't feel like a game. What's up, Wild Doggy 84? Thanks for dropping in, dude, in the comments. But I don't love the game because it doesn't feel like one. But Red Dead Redemption 2 has to get my vote for best art direction because it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
I wish I had Xbox One X and to play it because I have a 4K TV, but I just don't have like a system that can put out 4K yet. And I wish I did just for this game. The expansive, like, just looking out would be insane, like on a mountain top.
Oh, yeah, no, like, as far as, like, just, like, raw graphics, that would have my vote, but I think that it didn't really do anything, like, super stylized for me to take that, for that to be mine, you know what I mean?
I think I know what you're about to say. Let's see.
I'm gonna say Dead Cells, honestly, dude.
Man.
Like,
I love it. I'm always I'm a pro Dead Cells in all remarks. So I love that you brought that up, dude. That's crazy. Like what they could do with like. It looks like 32-bit, but it could not play on a Super Nintendo.
I just really like the whole atmosphere of the game. Like, I can zone out, play it, and not even, like, try to finish the game and be, like, having fun with chat and stuff like that. And it just, like, looks cool, feels cool. I feel like they did a really good job of setting themselves apart from any, like, old school game and, like, making it, like, I don't know, like his like weird gross head, like the slime head, like what the fuck was that?
When you
know?
die like for the 98th time, it just like slugs across the floor.
Yeah, you like slime your way across the floor, dude. Like
then when you get power-ups where you can like detach it and like hop, like New Game Plus. Dude.
And like there was like some really cool enemies in there, like like specifically like those weird bomb guys. Like what the fuck were those? Like usually in games, like when something's gonna explode, it's some guy running with like a torch at you or something, you know, like and it's just kamikazing. This was like a whole monster designed to blow itself up. You know?
Dude. I love that game for sure. Butcher?
Butcher has won 14 awards, 14 Trey awards. Okay. So, I mean...
What is Butcher? Van Wedge in the comments here is shouting out, how many awards did Butcher win?
So, basically, that game is really cool. It's like, I'm trying to compare it to something. Did you play Broforce randomly? It was like a free game on PS4 network for a minute.
I just got PS4.
What would you compare it to? It has like kind of like Doom Quake vibes, but it's still just like a side scroller like shooting game. Okay. I don't know.
Star Heroes shoot 'em up.
I don't know that.
It's Sega Genesis.
Oh, dude, that's like the one system that I did not fucking have. I was not a Sega guy ever. I didn't have a Dreamcast or a Genesis.
I was just talking with friends because we have a bunch of friends in town. It's Christmas break for a lot of people, but. I was talking with them about how I had Sega Channel growing up, and it was so sick.
Yeah, the kids across the street had that shit, but we always played like the stupidest shit on it. We like wasted it. We played like Jeopardy and like fucking like Echo the Dolphin.
Yes.
And, like,
oh, dude.
Which is like in
I
my
never owned
opinions-
Echo, but I played Echo on Sega Channel.
Oh yeah, we took your advice, Wild Dog, and got the gameplay trailers in there for you guys, so you had something pretty to look at other than.
That was not even planned.
Dude, choreographed, bro. Dude, the best for real though. But didn't they do like a Sega re-release this year? Yeah. So I mean, honestly, dude, if you love
Are you
that,
gonna get that?
no.
Okay.
I mean, like Gail got me like a 50 Sega game Switch compilation thing.
That's why she told me you're gonna get that. So I didn't want to like. Maybe she didn't get it for you. So I was like, "Are you?"
Yeah, dude. She like was fucking with me this year. So she like came home drunk or something one night, and she's like, "You wanna open a present or they Trey?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, gives me this present. And, like I open it, I'm like, "Oh, cool, the Sega compilation or whatever." And like I didn't get to playing it because I have a million games that I'm playing right now. And then like I'm opening presents Christmas Day, and I open it again, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" She's like, "Yeah, I didn't want to give it to you. I took it back." And like, I was like, "Wait, and you just like rewrapped it? Like, how many days after?" She's like, "The next day." I was like, "Jesus Christ!"
I love that. You like thought you got 2 copies.
Yeah, no. For a second, I was like, "Did she buy 2 of these?" Or like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
So I'm thinking Gunstar Heroes. I don't know for sure. You can tell us in the comments, guys, if you do know that Gunstar Heroes is in that, and it's a really great shoot 'em up. So it's probably similar to Butcher.
Yeah.
Maybe. But it's just. Oh, would it be?
Old school,
Cuphead?
Duke Nukem. Do you remember that? Did you ever play that?
I never played it. I just
okay.
know about it.
Yeah, kind of like Cuphead, but like more fast paced, I guess I want to say, and like I don't know, definitely just like a violent game. It's pretty cool though.
So best art direction for the Trey Award goes to Dead Cells, and I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is great. I love that you voted for Dead Cells. That's my second. I love that game so much.
Yeah, no,
but dude, best gaming session. What was one of your favorites?
So despite the rage that I often feel when I play video games with my friends, I would say, like, honest, and despite all of the broken games, our game session at Up Down was really fun when we had like a big group of friends all go to this local arcade bar, and like I was literally, dude, I'm gonna tell this story and I might remember it different than Sean remembers it.
We'll see.
But so I was absolutely running the motherfucking table on Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. So, and then just, listen. So Sean was over there winning, blah, 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 but I wasn't playing against Sean, so running the table.
Here's what happened. You were playing Street Fighter.
No. So,
Okay.
Two stories.
All right.
Okay, and we'll let the audience decide. Okay, so running, just game god. Like, I'm switching sides with people, there's broken buttons. Dude. And then Sean comes out. Oh, so I actually beat Sean on Street Fighter. And then we move over to Mortal Kombat. And this sly motherfucker knows a low spin kick that no one...
The sweep, baby.
No one's done the sweep in like 25 games of either of these games. Sean busts out 12 sweeps in one game. I'm like,
no, it was like 20 because I killed you twice. Just
45,000 times. So completely get rocked the first match. Mitch, you wait your fucking motherfucking turn. Mitch, you wait your goddamn turn. Okay.
Wow, Mitch. Savage.
Dude, all right, hold on. I'm getting triggered. So then I'm like, yo, bro, you have to rematch me. Everyone else got 2 out of 3 on Mortal Kombat. So I'm like, I'm blocking low. I don't know if I ended up taking another match, but I'm at least fighting Sean. End up losing the series.
Yeah.
Very, very saltily. I think I just like stormed off. Oh my god. Third version. I definitely totally beat...
Trey, what the heck is up with this guy?
Dude.
Remember how we both slaughtered him?
Mitch, I think...
He says he's undefeated.
I think maybe you beat Clement.
No, he beat Nick.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude. Nick's probably watching. Dude, throwing shade at our own friend group. Okay.
So, dude, you're so right. I legit, genuinely love Up Down. Dude,
Yeah.
like, and we talked about this on the EZPZ Podcast, 99, I believe, episode 99, where they're getting an upgrade. They're building out Up.
Yeah.
So like
floor to our local.
That's gonna
barcade.
have pizza and like some finger food and whatever. So that's gonna be really cool. So it's just a barcade in Des Moines, and it's great. Like they have a really good selection. But Trey's so right. Like they gotta fix some of these dang games because the like high punch doesn't work on Mortal Kombat on one side. Then on Street Fighter, there's issues too. Like
yeah. There's just like one button on everything that doesn't work, and this is my grievance that I made on the EZPZ podcast. You can't play Nightcrawler on X-Men, and it's totally cucking my entire life. I mean, I can't sleep at night. I have no self-confidence. Like, my life is falling apart at the seams because I can't get my Nightcrawler fixed, dude.
Yeah.
Because I identify as a Nightcrawler, you know, so.
That was a lot of fun. I agree with you. My best gaming session or favorite gaming session of the year would be just 2 weeks ago when we did the podcast, then we did Super Smash Brothers, then we did some Mario Kart while we were waiting for Jackbox Party Pack like 1 through 4 to download or whatever I had just bought on PS4, and then we played Super Mario Party, and then we played that Jackbox Party Pack like for 3 hours. Like, so it was like literally 9 or 10 hours of gaming, and everyone just ordered food. It was great.
Dude, last Thursday I was playing that on stream, and it went really well. Like, it was like totally packed, like 8-person games the whole time on like rap battles.
Whoa.
And, like, it was really cool. So
Online?
Yeah. No, it was crazy.
Whoa.
Dude, but there was a downside. So at first I was like, oh, you know, it'll be cool. I'll do Drawful, you know, like we'll try that out. So what happened was instantly packed. And you know when you draw like your profile picture? 4 vaginas. 4 out of like, and we're not talking pretty vaginas, dude. We're talking one was a.
Hey man, that's subjective. I know my version of a pretty vagina is different than your version of a pretty vagina.
Hold the phone. These were not on anyone's radar for a pretty vagina, dude. Like one was an oozing cream pie. One was like super hairy. One was like barely recognizable as a vagina. But we all
like
knew.
An asshole.
Yeah, it was. Oh, one had the asshole underneath it, like, you know. So, but
oh god,
no,
well, that's hilarious. That
was definitely the best stream of 2018. You're right, man. That was pretty fun times. But anywho,
but I just want to give a shout out to. I just got Let's Go Pikachu for Christmas from Santa Claus. Actually, my sister. But I played 7 or 8 hours of it in 24 hours with sleep and family obligations twice over. Like, so I suck in 8 hours because what we're gonna get into with my favorite console being the Nintendo Switch is I can play that on the couch when we're watching a movie. I can play that like everywhere, dude. I loved it. I actually played and beat. What's it called? Damn, I can look it up in my data, but I played and beat a couple games like on road trips this year.
Nice.
So like, it's just, I love the Nintendo Switch so much. I don't know if you loved it as much as me this year. I think you're obviously a PC god. So
well, yeah, but I mean, so are we going to console of the year? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, we can just move to that.
So Nintendo Switch was my console of the year, but not because it was mobile. I didn't use the mobile capabilities like at all. Like the first time I've used it like undocked was like a couple days ago because I was like hanging out with my dad watching TV.
Okay.
And, we were watching something I didn't give a shit about.
You played Dead Cells on PC, right?
Yep. I play pretty much anything I can on PC and just try to avoid getting too many console games. But anywho, my brother actually he doesn't even have a Switch, and for some reason he got Let's Go Eevee. So that's one of those things that it kind of falls into like eminent domain, and I'm acquiring it.
Yeah. Hey, they have 3 save slots now. Like,
really?
Unlike,
nice.
Remember back in the day with red, blue, and yellow, like you had the one
well,
game.
I mean, back in the day, you could abuse the shit out of that. I mean, like you have 3 saves, and like you just like make 1 save, trade your Pokemon off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so kind of a different era for that, because now you can just link up with people online.
I got my PS4 Black Friday. I know you guys have been following me on that with the Totally Gamescast, talking about it nonstop. But so I love my PlayStation 4. I have like a crazy backlog now because of that Black Friday sale, and I actually got Dragon Ball Fighters.
As well. Yeah.
So I think Clement and I are going to be playing Diablo 3 on PS4. Yeah. So I mean, I have a lot to look forward to on that console, especially with Resident Evil. I have an Xbox One, but I love playing Gears of War 4 on my Xbox One this year, but it definitely doesn't. I don't know. There's something about the PlayStation. I'm really digging it.
No, definitely. I would say that would be my second. My brother has an Xbox. I have the PlayStation, and he also got both Spider-Man and God of War. So that's also falling into my
Holy shit! Your brother got some great gifts.
Yeah,
this
no,
year.
I honestly didn't get much for games. I got like a bunch of accessories for my stream and stuff. Like I got speakers and shit, and I got a stream deck, and I got this like cool thing that's like, it's called like the NVIDIA Shield, and essentially
Jesus, I know what it is.
yeah, it's awesome. It's like basically like a super Roku that can like, there's like a bunch of free games on it. I can hook up to my graphics card and play my PC upstairs. Like,
wow.
Yeah, it's really crazy, honestly. Like, and it also has like a bunch of like smart home functionality shit where like if I buy smart light bulbs, I can like turn lights on and off, and like a bunch of crazy ass future shit.
You had a hell of a Christmas this year. I got a bunch of cash, and I got Let's Go Pikachu and some clothes and Dragon Ball Fighters. But other than that, like I didn't get too much gaming stuff or whatnot. So
yeah, I got a lot of shelves, dude. Got a book of John Wilmot poems. That's gonna be on my next year's list, I think.
Yeah, put that on my Amazon wish list,
dude.
It's public, so you guys can buy it for me.
I'm such like a filthy millennial that I don't even know who John Wilmot is. I don't even think I've heard that name, Van. At the risk of sounding like a piece of shit and you never talking to me again, never even heard of John Wilmot.
Right, me neither. So let's move on to favorite multiplayer experience. So what's that for you?
Smash Bros. Ultimate, big time. Okay. I was like a big fan of the game itself. There's like a few little things that are like rage inducing. So like we were playing the other day and there's this like weird mechanic in the game where if you're like running at someone and you do your like forward charging attack, it catches items out of the air.
I think it's just exclusively Ness's.
I don't think so, bro.
Really?
I really don't think so. I think that's just like how it works in that game. And I think in Melee, it was if you were in the middle of attack, you couldn't catch, but it would hit the item, you know? But in this, it was like just full on catching the item out of the air. It was weirding me out.
Well, that's Ness's like PK or like telepathy or whatever.
We'll test it later.
Okay.
But I'm like fairly sure it's just like a bad mechanic, but like I mean, you can't do everything perfect.
Do you see Smash being like our go-to game for like post Gamescast streaming gaming like in 2019 for like months to come? I do personally.
Yeah, no, that Jack in the Box. I mean, other than that, I don't really know what we would play, you know, because like I don't want to get something like too like story oriented or something weird where we're playing for an hour and like we don't get anywhere, you know.
Yeah. So I think mine would be Super Mario Party, and that's just because I had so much fun playing it with friends. And I think that like if I had another 3-4 months with Smash, I could vote for that. But we've had like 2 sessions, you know. I have personally like had 2 or 3. But I do love Smash. Like I think it's really great. I just suck so bad at it.
No, you're not bad, dude. You're beating me over half the time, or at least half the time, like around half the time.
I can feel like I'm making wrong attacks here and there, like
it's tough, dude.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, like any fighting game, that game actually I feel like punishes everything way worse in a way than like a lot of just like the cookie cutter fighter games, like, you know, because like once you learn one cookie cutter fighter, you kind of learn them all, you know. So
yeah, it's
just like way different from a lot of other shit in my opinion. You know.
Yeah, I hope to do more co-op gaming in 2019 for sure with this PlayStation 4, and Clay Mole has a PS4 now. And so we want to play Diablo 3, and then I guess Becca's boyfriend Peter, who shout out to him, he might be watching. They said they might be watching at the bar, but he has beaten like Diablo 3 on hardcore mode or whatever, a bunch of times over or whatever, and they like lost 4 or 5 characters like at level 60. Because I guess if you die in hardcore mode, you lose everything, like your complete character dies.
Yeah,
like,
no, I was playing some of that on Diablo 2 recently, and it's like it's cool because you get like big adrenaline spikes. Like you're like you'll be like cruising along, everything's going good, you're like, I'm the shit, my character's the best, and then you're just like 100 to 0, and you're like, it's just sitting there like, was that like how many hours was that character? How much time did I just literally lose But
Yeah.
I mean, if you're like playing video games with the expectation of anything other than wasting time, you're kind of donkey brains, in my opinion.
Donkey brains. The donkey brain totally Trey in the emote in the chat.
I think that's like a $10 emote. No one fucks with that, dude. That's why I need to get like partners so I can have like 1,000 emotes. Because I probably would just sit there and make.
I have the
all day.
totally Trey emote.
Yeah. There's only one emote though. So you basically with how it works is if you sub for $5, you get the Trey face. If you sub for $10, you get the donkey brains.
Oh.
And then there's like a tier 3 one that I think I just took Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty and just put it on there, you know. So,
nice.
But when you get that partner badge or whatever, you have unlimited emotes, and you can just like, or it's not unlimited, but like you have like 10 or something like that for the first lower level subscribe.
Right on. So let's move on to best development company. I want to hear what you had.
Well, yeah, Epic. So, I mean, I've pretty much gone on and on, but like with the release of the Epic Store and showing like how much they're willing to give developers.
Yep.
And as I said, they're a development company, so they understand like the plight of the small developer, and like a lot of the games that I've seen on the Epic Store are just like 10 out of 10. Like, I mean, outside of Ashen being like the worst game I've ever played, it was really good.
Trey.
Oh yeah, no, they got a bunch of games in there, man. So I think it's Ashen, Hades, Subnautica was free. I think today was actually the last day of that. Super Meat Boy is gonna be free, I think, starting tomorrow. And they there's a little note on the Epic Store that said that every 2 weeks they're gonna be adding a new free game on there. So I mean, based on like the first couple that they put on there free, those are both like really fucking good games. Like,
Yeah.
I tried to play Subnautica, but like the deep ocean was a little too spoopy for me, so I kind of like dropped off of that one.
I hate the deep ocean, dude. That's my number one fear.
Dude,
Giant octopus.
I didn't know what was scary.
Or
So
squid.
there was like the shadow of this giant thing in the distance, and I was like, fuck no. All I have is this little dick knife. I'm logging off. Request refund.
Yeah. Exactly. Hell no, man. I can't do underwater stuff. Even when I was a kid, I was like 7, 8 when I first played Super Mario 64 or like watched friends play. I got scared of the eel. Like I just don't like underwater. You're too vulnerable with underwater. Like they're too quick, able to
They are
maneuver.
quick. Little shark's pretty quick,
Yeah.
dude. I don't blame you, man. I just want an underwater Minecraft, you know? And like I got like goddamn underwater dead space, dude. I was like,
Hell
fuck no, dude. Fuck no. But
I would love to. I love to give my award every year to Nintendo for this, but they sucked this year. They really let people down in a lot of ways. But they, as far as like exclusives, they had what? Super Mario Party, which was good, but it's not like a Breath of the Wild or a Super Mario Odyssey. And then they also had Smash, sure, but.
Well, to be fair, didn't like those big titles come out near the end of 2017? So
Yeah.
I mean, like you can't be like pumping the gas all the time when you're like the developer.
I agree.
And, like the like selling it. You know
I
what
agree.
I mean? Like PlayStation, a lot of those games are like some developer brings them the game and they sell it. You know what I mean? But I think that like Nintendo has like a double job in some ways.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess I shouldn't say they let us down. They definitely didn't let us down with Smash. It killed it with that. I'm very happy with it.
And they've been patching the online shit that I've been griping about. So I mean, props to them for that. But you know,
Yeah.
one step at a time. And they've got like a bunch of cool shit coming out early next year, like the Yoshi game or whatever.
Animal Crossing supposed to be out before summer 2018 or around then. So I'm down to play that for sure, and I would love to have other friends to play. But I mean, at the very least, I think Ben Wolf might be getting it. But
Yeah, no, that comes down to your like childlike sense of wonderment with games, you know, which I envy. You know what I mean? Like,
Awesome.
I'm not saying that insultingly. I like do envy it because I'm like sitting there like wanting. The game has to be like a Fortnite style competitive game, or I don't want fucking anything to do with it.
New Harvest Moon, they have one on the Switch actually. Uber goes to Pro in the chat. They have one on Switch. It's called Light of Hope, and it originally came to mobile. So that's all I have to say about it. It's because it came to mobile first, so it's not that great. And it's also $40 on the Switch. It's like, what the heck, dude? That Nintendo tax is flexing hard. It was like,
dude.
I bought it for $9.99 this year on mobile. Played it like 2 or 3 nights like before going to bed, and it doesn't have that same Harvest Moon 64 Oh yeah, they do have one that has a multiplayer. It's called Stardew Valley, and it's epic. I love it.
I heard that game
dude.
is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, when we were traveling to, it was Montreal. No, it was Voodoo. So it was New Orleans last year, I believe. I played that a whole way there, a whole way back. Played it for weeks after. I absolutely love Stardew Valley.
Dude, I want Harvest Moon PvP or else get the fuck out. I want to raise the towns and nearby villages. I want to really fuck up other people's town. I want to steal all their corn. I'm gonna just shit on their cow. They go into their barn and they're just why is there a perfect turd on the top of my cow?
Break the farmer's legs, put him in the pig pen.
Oh yeah,
and then that's all she wrote.
He ain't farming no more, son. He ain't farming with no broken 2 legs, son.
Gosu Pro says he needs that branded shit. Branded Harvest Moon. I agree, man. I absolutely love. Him and I have had so many conversations about Harvest Moon. I love the series. Just really don't love where they've taken it in the last 2 generations.
It just feels cheap in some way. And honestly, I feel like a lot of Nintendo properties are going that way. Mario Party just kind of felt like that same direction. It wasn't as drastic as I have a decent Harvest Moon game for the DS, the 3DS. And
3DS, okay.
Yeah, and it's relatively new, and it was entertaining, but it just felt monotonous and pointless. But that might just be my opinion of farming simulators now. So I don't know. But.
Yeah, I don't know. So let's get back on track here with biggest gaming letdowns, dude. I have some listed out. I want to know what your vote is after we discuss. These are my 4 big picks of the year. So Diablo Immortals, you guys may remember that announcement was a complete disaster.
Yeah, they built that one up a little too much for a mobile announcement and they brought it to BlizzCon, which I also thought was a mistake because that's where the diehard PC guys go, and then you had mentioned that a lot of people in the industry go for journalism and stuff like that. So I felt like it was the wrong place to drop that announcement and the too much build up on that one.
Yeah, for sure. Telltale Games died. They went out and I don't care. Their tech is so bad. They really made a ton of mistakes. They signed up for too many. They just really pushed themselves too hard. They signed up for too many IPs, working with Game of Thrones, Back to the Future, so many different games, dude. They really did not have the technology.
Spread themselves too thin, got a little too big for their britches. I heard that originally they were a great company though. They put out a lot of
The Walking Dead season 1 won Game of the Year for I think IGN and
That's
other outlets.
So fucking bizarre, dude. More Bankrupt the Future.
Oh dang.
Oh shit. I'm sorry. I'm peeking the fuck out of this thing, guys. Oh, you gotta let me know when I'm peeking this shit, bros. Come on, guys. Where's the mods, dude? Wild Doggy, you're hiding up there in your non-mod costume. God damn, bro.
Also, dude, I still went to Costco and I was in the video game aisle as I do everywhere I go. I like to just stop.
Yeah, I always
Walmart,
check.
Target, yeah. But I was at Costco and they had freaking Fallout 76, the Bicentennial Edition, still on sale for $42.
42
instead of 70 or 80.
Yeah. So is that what does that come with then? Is that just all the DLC or something like that?
I don't know 100%. I just know it's the next version up from the $60 game. So that was not only a Black Friday sale, that was a forever sale. They literally cut the price almost in half.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would, for me, man, that's a toss up for my worst on that because Diablo was disappointing, but I also wasn't expecting a lot. I know that a lot more people were really excited for a Diablo 2 remake or a Diablo 4. I have very little faith in Blizzard, so I didn't expect Diablo 4 to be good, and I was already playing Diablo 2, so the fuck if I care if they remaster it. But Fallout 76 is an interesting one to me, because that's a game that if it was a great online experience, I would have 110% bought that, you know? I bought Fallout 4. I have mixed feelings about that game in general. I put in a good amount of time, 30, 40, maybe 50 hours. But I didn't even finish the game because it just felt like I was running back from my base a lot and just grabbing duct tape and
I spent over 100 hours. Yeah, over 100 hours in Fallout 4. and I have a bunch of videos like of on the EZPZ. I had tons of fun with it, but I agree with you. Like, I didn't connect with it. I didn't connect with the story. I didn't connect with very many of the side missions very much. There was one instance where like you find this kid in a refrigerator.
Dope.
It's insane. Like, it's the coolest part like of that game. And that's the only experience that like 2-3 years now removed or whatever it is. I'm like, that's the only part I remember, you know, like,
yeah.
and that speaks a lot.
That's a good point, dude, because like, honestly, the only thing I remember is stumbling upon like a secret room and finding my first power armor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, there's like not a lot of good substance in that story. I know that you're like looking for your son or something, and that was like the main plot of the story, but Jesus Christ. Dude, you are reaching, man. That took you like how much time did that joke take, dude?
Love it. Love the comments up in here.
Dude, you're fucking crazy.
The last big upset of the year has to be a PlayStation Classics crappy library, dude. That library is bad, and it's because they just don't want to give us Crash or Crash Team Racing because they already had plans to remake it,
yeah.
and they don't want to give us Spyro and like other games like that. Where are the Final Fantasies? Where are the?
There's so much opportunity.
Back to
for
Nature,
them.
man. What do you think about that, Midge? Ubuko Supro. Back to Nature needs to be on that damn thing. What the hell?
Sure, I mean, but a lot of those are like they're gonna remake them. You know what I mean?
I know.
So they can't like
Nintendo.
they
doesn't
can't give it
care.
away for pennies on the dollar, essentially. So like, what's that run? Like $80 for the PlayStation. $100. So I mean,
80 for Super Nintendo, 60 for Nintendo.
Assuming they're selling it for like $50 a game, like for those remasters, like I mean, 2 of those. So if they put Crash Team Racing and Final Fantasy VII on there, like that's 2 games that they wouldn't sell $50 copies of.
I know, man,
you know?
but you gotta do what's right for the customer. And you gotta do what's right.
That's never gonna happen in entertainment or gaming anymore.
Well,
like we were past that point.
Nintendo did it right though. They had like a very great selection for the Super Nintendo.
They're
and
not
Nintendo
like
Classic.
doing those like remakes as rapidly as like other companies, you know, and they're just like more using the leverage from their past franchises to like sell games, you know. And I don't think it must be that Nintendo doesn't like to like produce like plastic products, you know what I mean, like physical products, because like it seems like they don't release as much as the other company. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
I hear what you're saying. So out of those 4, I have to say the way that Telltale handled firing all their employees, no severance package, nothing, was horrible. But for me personally, it was Fallout 76. That was just disgusting. Like
there was actually another one that I heard about recently about the Heroes of the Storm team getting dropped, like a big chunk of them just getting chopped off and brought to other projects or whatever, and then like they stopped a bunch of tournaments that were going to be happening and like just cut a bunch of funding out of nowhere and didn't give like pros enough warning or whatever. And honestly, for me, I always say that like if a pro gamer can't change games quickly, then they probably shouldn't be a pro gamer to begin with, you know? Like, I mean, it's like one thing like it just sucks that it was so quick, you know what I mean? Like they should have got a little notice, you know, but
yeah, at
the same time they have to be able to switch to another MOBA, or else in my opinion they shouldn't be a pro gamer.
I think if you can play League of Legends, you can play Dota, and it's almost interchangeable. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So out of those 4, I have to say Fallout 76 personally. But what do you think?
So like,
I guess you don't have to hold it to those 4.
I think that it would probably be Diablo.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it would be nice. I wouldn't give a shit about a Diablo 2 remake. That actually would have been disappointing to me, but it would have been cool to like have a Diablo 4 on the horizon, you know? So probably that one. That's probably the most disappointing for me. Actually, no, I take it back. Nintendo's goddamn online on Smash Bros. It hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, Ben Wolf was over. We were playing Smash on Friday. Shout out to the homie. He might be in the chat. But he was like, hey, dude, we can play like when I go back home after this holiday break. I'm like, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard the online sucks.
If you're not worried, if it's your friend and you're like maybe in like some form of voice chat and you guys are complaining about it together, it might be fun. I had a good time. I was sitting in somebody, LPS, Sick Nation, shout out, his stream playing winner keeps playing kind of thing, you know, and I played a few games with those guys and that was really fun. So it's not like absolutely shit. It's just I want it to be perfect for how much I plan on playing the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So, should we move on to our game of the year?
Yeah, let's hit funniest gaming moments, and then we'll do the game of the year really quick. Well, I guess you don't have a lot of time.
I'm fine. I mean, I'm going to a movie later.
For sure.
So, funniest gaming moments.
So, we were watching the Game Awards, like kind of together-ish, like just kind of texting back and forth a little bit. And I guess there was this really funny moment for Esports Player of the Year. Actually, we talked about it on the last podcast where Sonic Fox won Esports Player of the Year. And he's basically this goofy, gay, furry dude that's like dressed up in this goofy fox costume. And I was absolutely cracking the fuck up when he was giving this awkward ass speech. And I really appreciated his like nerdiness on that stage and like in an Emmy setting, you know. I really appreciated him being there, you know.
That was cool. And then you also have on here Up Down Mortal Kombat Showdown. I love that.
Well, yeah, I mean that wasn't funny actually. I'm gonna change this title to most rage-inducing gaming moments of fucking 2018. There was a lot of rage-inducing gaming moments of 2018. Let me tell you though. But if you want to do game of the year, we can do that now though.
No, let's just do game. Let's keep moving on because that should be our last. So game we missed that we wish we had time for. I mean, dude, I don't have time to play Red Dead Redemption 2. I wish I could have played it. Like, 3 hours into it, and I feel like I've done nothing.
Yeah, sure.
Man, I can't do that, you know? God of War, 3 hours, I feel like I get pretty far. I'm over halfway through the game now. It's phenomenal. But Assassin's Creed Odyssey, dude, that's like a 100-hour game, 60 to 100 hours. Like, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, no doubt.
I just wish I did. I bought it for $27 on Black Friday, but...
Dude... Yeah, I understand that. Assassin's Creed, I have a good buddy that was saying that he's put in hundreds of hours on that game, and like I definitely wanted to get my hands on that, but I just don't. I have like the stigma against the Assassin's Creed game because the first one was not entertaining for me. I thought it was kind of stupid, and like the fact that they just have pumped out 30 of these fucking games, you know, is kind of weird to me, and especially like when it's like kind of just like, you know, they make the boat one and then they make the... Why not just make a new fucking game? Why does it have to be a boat Assassin's Creed game? Why does it?
Hey, people like Black Flag,
but it always goes back to that brand recognition I talk about, where like people are more likely to make a remake just because they can sell more because it's Assassin's Creed because it has the word in the game. How's it going, Raccoon? How are you doing today, man?
What up?
All right, so.
Most hyped game for 2019, what are you thinking? I mean, people are really loving the Resident Evil 2 remake. Everyone's been talking about it. It's coming up. It's January 25th, I believe. And then for me personally, though, it's all about... I want to hear more about Pikmin 4, dude.
Oh, yeah. No, that'll be fucking awesome, man.
Pikmin's one of my favorite Nintendo franchises, series of all time. I beat all 3. I can't really say that about a lot of... games, honestly, where I beat every single one that's come out. Except for the 3DS one. I just don't own a 3DS.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. It's like a walk. It's like a very easy, I hear.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. I mean, I have no problem with easy games, you know. I just
like it's like a Kirby game type easy.
Yeah, are Kirby games notoriously easy?
The Kirby and Yoshi games are now easy, but they just don't like they're hard to collect everything.
Sure.
Kind of like a Crash Bandicoot. Like,
oh yeah,
it's not super easy, I guess, but. God damn it,
dude! Everyone's loving your fucking do, brother.
I guess so. Thanks for the shout out there, Raccoon. I'm the hair.
Yeah, no, there's like for me, there's like a big stigma against like Xbox players in general. Like,
really?
Because they're like Monster fucking energy drink, like Fox Racing motherfuckers.
How dare you?
I don't hate the guys, you know, but like, and I don't think that everyone that does it is like that, but the hardcore Xbox fanboys are like, they look like me, dude. They got this backwards hat and they're like really broed out and like, you know what I mean? Drinking Monster all day. Ooh, Xbox is gay.
Oh, damn. R2PP in the comments.
Shots fired at the Xbox community.
I love Xbox. I'm actually rooting for them hardcore because of the fact they're getting trounced. They're just gonna get passed next year. They're gonna get passed. Like the Switch's sales are gonna get passed by the Xbox. So I mean, I'm still rooting for them. I feel like they're the underdog, hardcore, and they're doing really cool things for the customer. The Xbox Games Pass is insane, dude. This week, Ashen just came out for it.
Oh, really?
So you pay $10 a month, and you have a $40 game right there, brand new.
No, that's good value, definitely.
So much value, man. All the Gears games are on there. All the Xbox exclusives are there day one.
For sure.
So cool. The backwards compatibility, I love what Xbox is doing, and they're priming themselves to take back control next gen with Xbox Scarlet, which is, who knows, when that's going to come out. Probably 2020, 2021. But
so for a living, I am a delivery driver right now. I used to be a restaurant manager, but decided to step back so I could pursue more of my passions and have more free time and not hate my life completely. Sean works at a local corporation doing some journalism stuff.
I do social media at a big bank.
Yeah, so kind of exactly opposites as far as careers here.
Yeah. I put in 45. I'm a salary, put in 45, 50 hours a week. But I don't hate my job at all. I love my team and everything's awesome. And I'm kind of more like a team lead there on that team. But it's fun. It's a good time. I'm flexing that journalism degree a little bit at least.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's nice to work in a field that you're actually your degree is kind of targeted towards. But for my most hype games, I'm really excited for the main series Pokemon game that you had put in the notes.
Yeah, dude,
that's gonna be really cool.
Do you really think it's gonna come out next year? I hope, but
they said, dude, and they said, motherfucker, and what makes me think that they will release it no matter what next year, dude. No matter what, is how they released Pokemon Go. So they will put that game on the motherfucking shelf no matter what state it's in. They do not give a fuck. They will put it on, they'll just give you a disc and not even give you a box.
I will say that Let's Go Pikachu is very crisp. There's zero glitches, zero, even the frame is stuck at 60 or whatever it is. I'm playing on handheld.
I thought Nintendo stopped at 30.
Okay, either way, I see no glitches at all, dude. The game is so crisp. It's so beautiful. I love it, personally. But, yeah, man, I think that is going to come out next year. That's going to be insane. Would you be playing that on stream then?
No. It's one of those things, when a game first drops, there's no way I can get any traction when a lot of the bigger guys are doing it. So I kind of am sticking below 2,000 viewers on a game just so that I can pick up some spare people, because those other games are locked down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so probably wouldn't play that on there until a few weeks after the game had come out at least. But Pikmin 4 I would also be really interested in.
They have been hinting that it's coming every year. I feel like every E3 I'm Pikmin 4, that's the only thing I want to hear about. And yeah, I mean, who knows if it's gonna come out next year, but I really wish. What the hell is going on? Show the stream.
Okay, dude.
Hideous.
No, yeah, I will. Fucking Raccoon really wanted us to show this thing in our Discord, wanted us to check out this thing in our Discord. What the fuck did I do to my OBS? Holy mother of God. All right, check it out. That is some sexy...
Good Lord.
Dude,
I have to leave.
It feels good.
I have to leave because this is too sexy.
Dude, I'm chubbed up. I'm wearing sweatpants and I'm feeling pretty uncomfortable sitting next to Sean right now, dude. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Well, we got a Nomi in the chat here. A Nomi. Shout out to the Nomi, dude. Oh, it's you son of a bitch. You're the gnome guy. The gnomes me all the time. I was doing YouTube videos the other day, and I would just take requests from viewers and just watch YouTube, and he would give me these troll videos. It would be some normal video or whatever, and eventually it would be gnome, you got gnomed.
What the heck? It's like a Rickroll with a gnome?
Yeah, dude.
Wow, 2018 is weird.
And shout out to Wyatt Paints. The other day I go into this dude's chat and he is legit listening to the Rickroll. He literally, it's just playing on his channel. No one requested it. He was literally fucking Rickrolling his own ass, dude. I cracked up I just go into his chat, hear this, and I'm just sitting there laughing my ass off. He Rickrolled himself, bro.
God.
But there's so many people that listen to troll songs all the time, it's real music. You know what I'm talking about? Fucking
Like anything MC Chris put out, like, pretty
just
much.
a meme.
Yeah.
Fair enough, dude. So what do we got going on 2019, bro?
I don't know, man. I think the plan is to do this every Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool.
We're gonna start doing this every Wednesday. I think we're gonna like up the production value a little bit. We're gonna put in a green screen.
Meaning you will.
Yeah, I mean, boom. I've got it hooked up, and I used to use it a lot, but I don't even know why I quit using it, honestly. But we'll get some of that going on. Bunch of news. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll play games though. That's another thing. We're gonna be playing games, and
you are German? Yeah,
Dankeschön.
Dude. Oh wait, what is it? Der ist ein Bleistift in der Stadt. I took German, and then it's
There
really
is
yeah, dude.
there is a something in your shaft.
It's like. So it's broken. That was definitely broken German I just spoke. But like my understanding is there is a pencil in the city. So I'm just saying.
Oh, wow. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate by Lexer is saying that's the game of 2018. Hey, man, that's cool.
BFA ID. I do not play WoW, Lex. I'm sorry, brother. I tried to play Battle for Azeroth and it made my dick fall off my body. Hey, take it easy, Lex. Good seeing you, man.
By.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. I miss you, bro. But me friend sees a German have big dick. Do they? I mean,
damn it.
Yeah. I mean,
German.
Yeah, I'm very. If that's like what makes you German, dude, then consider me full bred.
Yeah.
Through and through. Big ass German, dude, with the big old schwanger and the diggle.
It's a third leg.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks for saying we're really funny, man. So, game of the year, dude. For me, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man is my game of the year. I love Dead Cells. Don't get me wrong. And I had so many great experiences on my Switch. I played, goodness gracious. I had so many great experiences on my Switch, like SteamWorld Dig 2, Undertale, Inside. I played all these awesome games that were like released on other consoles previous years. So I loved like all those, but dude, Spider-Man was perfect for me. It's like the traversal is so important. I love feeling like I can get from A to B. There's a fast travel in the game where you're like riding in a subway. It's hilarious because it's like a cutscene with Spider-Man just riding in the subway. And like there's people around like, yep, it's just Spider-Man. It's so funny. But I used it one time. Even though like they made it fun and made it cool. I used it once because the game is so good at traversal. You played Sunset Overdrive this year.
Yeah.
And so you kind of you could get a feel from what Insomniac Games was doing right there with traversal to Spider-Man. God dang it.
No, dude. But Spider-Man, I mean, Sunset Overdrive had like a good mix of humor and shit in it, and I like hate when a game takes itself too seriously. And like from my sense of the game company, they're not afraid to make fun of themselves, and like that would be fun for me. I'm excited to play Spider-Man. I don't think I mentioned the games that I was sad that I fucking missed. What was it? For 2018 that I didn't get to play, but like Spider-Man, God of War,
Well, now you have the chance.
Yeah, no, I have both of them now, so I'm excited to actually dig my dick down into those, dude.
Yeah,
play
sure.
Spider-Man, dude. Co-op Spider-Man, bro. There's only one Spider-Man, dude. How can we play co-op?
It's Joel
dude?
Spiderman. He's the only one out there. So that game was, man. I love Dead Cells though. I mean, seriously, that was my game of the year until I played Spider-Man. I really had a hankering for the Dark Souls type game after that. Like I wanted to play more.
You gotta get Dark Souls 3, man.
I bought it, dude, and then I returned it.
Yeah, I know. I think that you would legit like it, but if you're getting Bloodborne, I think that's like probably the second best thing.
I just have an issue with these 100-hour games, dude. I can't.
They're not 100-hour
invest.
games. It's not like that. So for Bloodborne especially is not that much of a time investment as it is like a learning the game investment. So like I don't know, like I only played Bloodborne like 10 hours or something like that, and I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? It's not like a huge time investment if you want to beat the game.
Yeah, so what is your game of the year? I have to hear this.
That's like a really tough one for me, honestly. So honestly, the one that I wanted to say was Far Cry 5.
Wow.
But like I felt like I would get ridiculed too much. Like, so I'm gonna like go Smash Bros.
Okay.
Like actually, because like I just like the idea of getting my friends into a room. I keep and like beating their ass. You know, one thing I don't like about the multiplayer like is the skill gap. It sucks like having your buddy over who doesn't play video games all the time. Like I have a buddy with a kid. He doesn't play video games anymore, and we really can't play because I just kick his. I invert his dick back into his body, and it's like not fun for him. Mark, I know you're not watching, but like, your dick is inverted now.
Oh my god.
Dude, you're the ultimate troll, brother. I appreciate you dying in a fucking fire. Where the fuck is this goddamn ban button?
Why?
Dude. Ah! I can't ban you, bro. You're fucked. There we go. I did it. Cool. Timed out. Anyways.
Why?
Just like he's just trolling. Anyways, but other than that, I think that was it for what we had today.
That's it, dude.
You know?
2018 was an amazing year. I played way more games this year than last couple of years, honestly, because of this, and also friends are like I got a PlayStation 4, Clem got one, and then
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, I'm really excited for gaming right now. Like, my mid-20s, I definitely fell straight off gaming. Like, too much partying and shit to do, you know. But now I'm, like, just full back into it, and I'm loving it. Really entertaining shit, you know. A lot of good games coming out on the reg. So, excited for next year. Excited for the Gamescast. Excited for everything we got going on. So,
yeah, dude. So, thanks for joining us for Totally Gamescast, episode 5. You can catch all my stuff on Sean S. Johnson. That's my Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Sean, S-H-A-U-N, S. Johnson. And then the EZPZ, where we do a pop culture, music festivals, concerts, just hangout podcast as well. Trying to take all the gaming parts that we used to talk about in that and just make it part of this. So the Totally Gamescast will be coming at you every week, probably starting not next week, but the week after. I'm assuming like after we get rested from the new year.
Oh yeah, no doubt, dude. We've got a lot of shit going on during the holidays. Like I'm a big family guy, so I spend a lot of time with my dad and shit. So
yeah, for sure.
Definitely don't have time for all the gaming that I want to do right now, but that's okay. So
yeah, so we'll come at you January 9th, I believe, will be our next one, 2 weeks from now. So thank you so much for joining us at episode 5. You can find Totally Trey, right here.
Right here, and all my socials are down below if you want to check that out. And then Sean's on everything as Sean S. Johnson, so definitely toss him a follow on those things. Thank you so much for being awesome. Oh, god damn it, dude.
Damn.
You're gonna get it, Bo! I just saw this. Oh, Mitch, I'm gonna fucking... Where's this ban button? God damn it.
Ban me, daddy.
Time out, bitch. Eat it. Okay, you're untimed out. Anyway, boys.
Thanks a lot, Wild Doggy, Van Wedge, Mitch, everybody in the chat, Doc Smog. Appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah, love you guys. You have a good old night. We out. Have a good one, boys.
Thank you.